Hey friends, good day to you. Welcome to Dr. Blast. Let me talk about the 63 C-10 Chevy truck cab and the progress I've made in the time I've been working on it. I'll just talk it through a bit. This is a lot of geometry in here, a lot of pieces that move that need to be nailed down and put into their place, cut, modified, sliced, diced, tack, bolt in, cut, etc. I did the same on the inside here. This piece right here, that is the original piece from this vehicle. I took it off. This was all dented and it had holes in it from the owner. Somebody in the past damaged it and they put just body filler on it. So I cut it out, blasted the piece, pounded it out, filled the holes in, put rubberized undercoating on the backside, tacked it in place, and then welded it in place, and then ground down the welds. And this ties into the lower kick panel here, the floor. This is all driver's side, folks. The floor's in. The center cowl, I welded that back in today, and all of the holes align. I've got to get a couple square stop nuts to put on the bottom, weld on the bottom. Make a piece of metal for here, and I'll do that at the same time I make this piece. This piece has to be manufactured. They don't have it, I don't have it, so I'm just gonna reuse that piece right there with that nice cutout. It's gonna blend right in nicely with here. Let's see. This is a new piece I made from scratch. I had to cut this. This inside piece I had to do a lot of cutting and adjusting, and then cut the floor right here, and had to bend the floor back up a bit to make it straight with this right here, the firewall. And it's always easier to bend thick metal like that when you score it, and then you bend it and you weld it. So that's done. Getting to the lower A-pillar, drilled holes through these three layers of metal. This is one of the original brackets, bolts going through it. This is designed to be a cap to go on top of this A-pillar, but I like to butt weld things together. It's stronger, it's cleaner, and it just looks better, and everything fits a little bit more nicely together that way. So because of that, I had to make this slice here, a corresponding slice right there, and then bring the flap in. Also squeezed this in to make that consistent with the existing A-pillar. I'm out of steam for today, so I'm going to weld this tomorrow. Weld this, take it off, treat the inside, grind down the welds, paint the inside, put the rubberized undercoating on the inside of this piece, then put it back on. All this stuff underneath will be treated with a weld-through primer. Some of these holes are ogged out too much, so I'm going to fill it in so these bolts are a little bit tighter. They're tight now, but I want it to be just a little bit tighter. Just snug it up just a tad. Won't take much time. Get that all done. And this floor is almost done. Then I'll, finish this up, of course, and then tackle this cab corner, probably in the same manner that this one was. It's just the way it goes. You know, it's more rot on the inside of the vehicle, and they provide you with a lot of vertical cab material. So I'll probably have to slice it and section it to fit. This one here was pretty bad, so I did buy a new piece right here. This piece goes on like that. The other side was not that bad, but this side is. Real thick, heavy gauge steel. Good stuff. Whew. Stay cool, drink lots of water, be good to one another, have a good heart, be of good cheer. Don't let things get you down. Just go through each day trying to, try to get by. Be good to one another. Peace out. Cheers. Okay, a little bit more on this Chevy truck. I want to show you the lower A-pillar. The lower A-pillar piece that is now fully prepared, ready to weld on. Let me just show you some of the steps I had. Some of the steps I chose to take to get it to be perfectly aligned and perfectly prepared, so there'll be no problems in the future, and it doesn't take much more time to do it perfectly. Here you go. Here's the piece right here. The cuts down the side, welded up. The green primer is the zinc rich primer. All these holes are now perfectly aligned. I welded in some of the corners, ground it down. So this fender bracket fits in there very nicely. Well, got a piece of wire there in the back. So that's where this goes. And then this piece right here, the black stuff on the inside is actually a rubberized undercoating material. Sprayed that in, and I also sprayed it on here. The gray primer is the weld through primer. And this is how this goes on. I'll weld these in. And then that piece right there goes right here where my pinky is. After I get this welded on, then we start fitting in the outer rocker panel, which is right there. It's all a process. You have to do it this way. And the good thing for you, the customer out there, is that I don't have to do any backtracking, backstepping, or known as a redo. Redo it, because redoing stuff is expensive. It's frustrating. It's better to load it up front, do it slowly, step back, pause, think about it, assess it, then attack it. But you have to have a plan. You have to have it in your mind's eye what it looks like for an end state. So there it is. See you.